Hello, my YouTube friends, Dave Wilson. Well, a couple projects are about finished. One worked and one didn't work very well, but the clock, pretty happy with this. I had a little trouble and I figured out a bearing was sort of stuck, but this is the one that I showed in my last video, and Steve Peterson released this plan a week or two ago, and really like it. It's and he even pointed out it's probably the easiest one that he's designed to build and to get working. So what happens is there's actually a weight that winds itself. So this little mechanism back here, when it's going to trigger pretty soon, there's a little magnet and a reed switch that when it tips over far enough, it'll actually flip this lever. I'll go ahead and do it, and then it winds itself up and turns off, and then this acts as the weight, and it just moves that gear down, which then turns everything else through the escapement here. And I just played around with colors for the gears and the body. I'm printing another one. It's going to be mostly brown and silver, so we'll see how that works. So this one I'm really happy with. Now I don't know how accurate it is yet, but it's getting there. Be able to adjust it. One problem I've had, and the only rod I had was copper, and it's 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeters, and it just bends so easily. So some of these rods are a little bit bent. I've got some stainless steel ones on order, so we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully it'll make it better. But I had a little difficulty figuring out how this mechanism works, so I wanted to make sure I got some pictures of it. But the reed switch is right under this little piece of tape or foam. I use that just to hold it in place. Here's what they look like. They're just little glass cylinders with metal inside, and the magnet pulls the one piece into the other and makes a contact. But they're fragile. I broke about 3 of them. So that project's coming along. I'm going to have at least one more done pretty quickly. And in case somebody else is building one of these, where I had a little trouble right up in here, I didn't have the bearings put in the back correctly, so it was too much pressure on that mechanism moving. So that's what really messed that one up. Then the other project, it was this little car, and it works pretty well. I mean, it'll wind up and the wheels will turn, but it won't turn if I set it down. And I've taken the control mechanism, the escapement out, just to try to get it to work, and it won't work with even a couple of gears out. So that, I don't know, I might keep playing around with it. But now I printed some parts for the rat rig printers I'm going to replace, and these are out of a special plastic, and it's really almost like metal. I don't know if you can hear that, but these I had a lot of trouble cleaning out some of the excess, and it's just like working with metal. I'm trying to get these things cleaned up, but I think they'll be really strong, and they turn out really nice. I had to print them at 305 centigrade, which is really hot for a 3D printer. Usually the most plastic prints about 215 to 230. So this stuff is really hard to melt. But I'm going to replace these white parts here. That's what these are for. So when I get a new belt in, I'm going to replace the belt and do this. But here's the part of the back of the clock that I'm going to be building. Here's some of the gears, and this will be the face. So it'll take a day or two, even with 3 printers going. So it's a fun little project. And if you have any questions, please leave a link, or ask them in the comments. Thank you for watching.